What's going on YouTube? Coach Marcus Hodges with Separation Team Basketball. And today I want to talk about, as a matter of fact, let me show you. What do you think is wrong with seeing drills like this all the time? We focus so much on go hard, speed, 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 but we really have to focus on just your pace. You really have to focus on small delays. So today I want to talk about your delayed game. Your game that seems easy to guard until you're in front of somebody. I want you to be predictably unstoppable. I know exactly what you're going to do, but for some reason I can't stop it because you have counters, but more importantly, because you change up the pace and you change up the rhythm. A lot of NBA players I've worked out, and guess what type of drills they love? They love rhythm drills because they can do 1, 2, catch, 1, 2, catch, 1, 2, catch. But guess what? That's not how the defense guards you. They don't guard you in a rhythm, they try to throw your rhythm off. So today we're gonna be the offensive player now, changing up rhythms, changing up your pace, so you're that player that's extremely hard to guard, but on camera, you might seem easy to guard until you get in front of it. Some of you don't want to miss, you already know, man, let's get it. So the move we're gonna focus on is our delayed between the legs. Our delayed between the legs. Really, really popular from probably some of your favorite players. Donovan Mitchell, Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards. These are moves that these players use whether they understand what they're doing or they don't understand what they're doing. I want to talk today about that. So to really break it down for you to understand it, we're going into a double crossover as quick as you can, but I want your between the legs to be almost as slow as you can. If you carry a little bit, that's fine right now because we're in a process of learning. So right now, wide base, I want your feet wider than your shoulders. I'm getting into a double cross just as quick as I can. But once again, I'll step and I want to just have a relaxed, slow between the legs. So think about 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is all I want right now. As we're warming up, notice the pace change. Notice how I'm not carrying the ball, but we can hear the rhythm at the beginning of this. Once again, focus on changing your rhythm with it between the legs. You're not always quick, 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 quick. Right now we're quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Do that for about 30 seconds really to focus on just that pace of your between the legs being delayed. Part 2, I want us doing the same thing, but anytime I go between the legs, I want it to be slow. Now we're adding some movement. So now, as I'm going, I really want to see the pace change, but it's always just the between the legs that's going to be slow. I want us to feel it. I want you to see it. Right now, once again, it might seem easy to guard, but when you're in front of somebody that's constantly changing their pace and changing their speeds, they're really hard to stay in front of, especially when they have control. So I want to be able to go up and down 4 different reps. I really focus on changing the speed. Every time I go between the legs, I know it's going to be a slowed and a delay move. All right, so now we're adding movement, but now we want to slow it down, focus on making sure you're doing this delay right. So now, any moves up front, but when you go through the legs, all I want to see is slow, and I want this back foot to trigger. I want it to dig in the floor. I want you to imagine you're going to go. But we really make sure the ball hits your hand for about a half a second, and then I want to dig that foot in the floor. That's going to represent our goal a little bit later. Boom. 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 See that delay there? Boom. I can already feel myself being hard to guard with that trigger foot right now. Once you go down and back twice, now I actually want you guys to work on being a player that's exploding out of that. So now as I get into any move and I go through the legs, now that back foot's actually gonna push me to go somewhere. Right now we'll get into just a behind the back speed stop, boom, and then I'll get right back into that motion again, right here. Make sure you're working both sides, left to right, right to left, going down and back with this twice as well. Changing pace, changing rhythm. I want to see a lot of that right here. A lot of irk and jerk, a lot of quick to fast, a lot of slow, maybe even to slower to go. Being able to show your range of pace and show your range of speed. All right, only thing we're focusing on right now is just being able to go slow, push, and go. 5 right, 5 left, Focusing on just that pace, focusing on just like that delayed movement. Make sure that back foot, you're really feeling the weight, feeling that's where your explosion is coming from. Pushing yourself to go. Now a good counter out of that, right, is when I go slow and that foot's gonna dig, as it digs to the ground, it's a 1-2. So I'm getting a little bit of space. Make sure you have that space, right? That defender doesn't need to be too aggressive. You might not be able to do that. But as I'm here, I'm slowly delaying into my here. That defender's a little aggressive, as we said earlier. So right now we're going through. So that ball side foot needs to stay on the ground. So as I go, I'm having my delayed 1-2 and just through. Make sure the ball is here at your pocket, your wrist stays behind the ball, doesn't go under. That's where we're gonna get that carry motion from. Through, explode, and then stop. Right there every time. I'll go through it slow so we see it again. I have my delayed through, I'm slow. 1-2, I sail. That defender starts to shift there, and now I'm going through the legs, but it's not like this. It's going right to that space, right off that defender. Inside shoulder is low, offhand is active, ready to play a little defense. That's my first level, or not defense, but it's ready to protect. That's my first level right there to protect. As we can see it right there. Really good move. Being able to focus just on that delayed. So remember, we had our delayed to go. Right now, being able to attack. We had our delayed to our dig to through. That's our change directions. Now we can have our delayed, and now we dig slightly into a shift, but we're staying on that same side. So I want to get my defender to shift, right? But I'm still attacking that strong side, or I'm still attacking my initial. So right now, as I get into it, I go slow, I slight dig. Now watch the footwork. It's right, left, and then it's right, left with the in and out. One more time. So I have my delayed through, right, left, and now I manipulate the ball, right, left with my shift. See how my body is right here? My posture is ready to go left. That big toe is pointing at the rim or pointing to the exact spot I'm trying to attack and get to. That's slow. How fast can you start to attack out of your slow? When I'm wide on the in and out, that means I'm being pretty shifty here. Right there, that's our delayed through the legs, man. Really, really great move to add. When you start to really study basketball players, you start to really see how simple they can make the game. Right now, it's just in between the legs, but it's changing the pace. It's not always about changing quick, changing fast. Now can I change a little slower? Kevin Durant, if you're a huge fan of him, I am. Just his offensive game, he can do everything, but he makes it look so simple. So today's session, really focus on you guys staying simple, understanding that delay. Then of course, the counters, they don't have to be crazy. Just make sure they're clean, great footwork, attack to where I'm trying to attack. You guys have fun with it. If you like today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, baby. Let me know what y'all want to see next. We got a lot of heat. Let me know in the comments as well what you like, didn't like, or also what you want to see next. It's Coach Marcus Hodges. You already know. Let's get it. Get it now.